Alright, indoor orchids. I have quite a few of indoor orchids right here. Let me swing over here to go over the first one. This little guy is a, let me do a slow-mo here so I don't shake the camera too much. So this guy, it's cattleya. It's a miniature cattleya. It has beautiful flower. It's reddish orange. It does not have a smell like the big size cattleya do. See, I focused it. It looks really nice. The flower is not too big like the big size one. And I'm growing it in complete sphagnum moss. It's doing well. I mean, a lot of people have a lot of opinions about, what kind of media should be grown for the kind of orchid. I mean, to me, after so many years of growing orchids and killing so many in the beginning, and now I know what to do, I find out that it really doesn't matter as long, like whatever media you use, it really depends on your own comfort level and whether you really know the media and how often you should water it, and also depend on your local temperature as well. So I live in San Francisco. It's a mild temperature. It can be very dry, like the air is very dry in the winter and also in the summer. So, and the way I water it is I don't have a set schedule. I only water my plants when I feel that the media are dry. So it could be once a week, or it could be once every 2 weeks, or it could even be once every 3 weeks. I mean, it really depends. So every weekend, I would go feel all my orchids, whichever one that feels dry, I would water that one. And if the others are moist, then I would just leave them alone. That's how I keep my orchids. So, whatever your comfort level is, whatever works for you. Yeah, that's my philosophy of growing orchids. And swing over here. Oh, I'm so sorry about the shaking. This is again another Epidendrum orchid I purchased from an orchid show in San Francisco, Pacific Orchid Show. It's a beautiful, vigorous growing plant. I'm not sure what kind of media it's grown in. I believe it's moss. I think I water this plant every 3 weeks because every time I come feel it, it's moist, so I hardly water it, and it's doing a great job. It's putting out a lot of babies, and the kings look really healthy. It has 5 blooming kings right now. When I purchased it, only these 2 were flowering and the other 3 were in bud form, and now 3 months later they all opened. This one's about to open. So this plant has been blooming continuously for 3 months, and as you can see, more to come. So I really love this plant. Moving on to the next one is my Phalaenopsis. I have this Phalaenopsis for about 3 years. It's it has like a really beautiful, bright color bloom. I will show you when it blooms. So it has a primary spike, a secondary spike, and buds in the end. Right now it's April in San Francisco, and it has been kind of hot lately. 80-degree outside. Today it's a little bit cooler, 70 or 65 or something like that. But yeah, it's giving me spike and lots of new root growth. And next to it, I have 2 Cymbidium seedlings. This one is called Cymbidium Black Silk Dreamer. I believe the flowers are going to be dark red, hence the black silk. And the one next to it is a pinkish, let me see. So next to it, this one is a Cymbidium Plum Passion candy floss times with candy floss. So it's a hybrid. So it has a new king, as you can, or new growth, as you can see. It's a seedling. I'm not sure when it will mature and flower for me, but I really can't wait. And then right next to it, I have a Phalaenopsis. I have no idea what this Phalaenopsis look like. My friend gave it to me. I'm growing it in bark. That's how it came to me, and lots of new root growth right there, right there. So it's looking healthy. It has a spike right now, waiting to be bloomed. It has a primary spike with buds, and then it has 2 secondary spikes, 1 and 2. So I really can't wait for it to bloom. And right behind me, I have another Phalaenopsis. This is a sequential blooming Phalaenopsis, which means that you never cut off the spikes. Even though the flower dies on that spike, you never cut it off. As long as the spike is still green, you just let it be, because blooms will continuously come from the same spike year after year. So you will only cut off the spike if it's turning yellow. So there's 3 right now. This plant has never bloomed, even though it has 3 spikes. So I have really no idea what the flower looks like. I just acquired it 3 months ago from the Orchid show. I believe from the picture, the flower is white, but occasionally one or more of the petal could be bright red. So it kind of looks like a koi fish, like those Japanese koi fish with the patchy red color on a white fish. It's really beautiful. So when it blooms, I will show you. And I have a miniature Phalaenopsis. It's not blooming right now, but it's putting out a lot of roots. So it's good. It was sick, but now it's looking really healthy. On the bottom, I have African violets. I'm new to African violet, but for some reason, I think I'm doing something right, because these 2 plants and that plant all of them, they have been blooming and putting out this humongous, look at my hand, the size of my palm, humongous bloom, cluster of bloom, continuously for the past 3-4 months. Look, humongous size bloom. So either I'm doing something right, or they just like my San Franciscan environment. I don't really do anything special to it. I only water from the bottom and pick off the dead flowers. That's what I have been doing. Nothing much. And fertilize very, very weakly when I water. So yeah, I love this one. The color is beautiful. Look at that. And it's ruffled, the flower ruffled. So yeah, I hope it will continue to flower year round. That'll be great. And then right here I have a slipper orchid. It's not blooming right now, but it had like old spike I cut off. It has a new growth. Back here I have a Phalaenopsis seedling. It's called Phalaenopsis Phyllis Hill. I think it's one of the fragrant Phalaenopsis that put out a lot of pinkish flower that smell like rose. So I really can't wait for it to flower. Oh, this one. Nope, no need to water yet. I'm growing it completely in sphagnum moss, and it's doing really well for me. Okay, so these are my orchids in the living room. Let me get up. Pull back to show you. Oops, I'm sorry. I stepped on my cushion, almost fell. So these are my orchids on my living room. That's Shippo's home cage. Or not cage, crate. There's another one. And there's Shippo sleeping. And here's my other dog. Yumi. Alright, thank you. On my next video will be on the orchids in my bedroom. Alright.